Hey guys, me again back with another video. Today I'm going to be comparing BestEVMod's Generation 1 mud flaps to their brand new Generation 2s. So thank you BestEVMod for sending these over for comparison. But yeah, if you can't tell the difference already, the Gen 2s are taking in a lot of feedback from the community and they've made some great improvements. So as you can tell, they've filled in this big void that was in the Gen 1s. It's now completely flat. That's going to prevent mud, debris from getting stuck inside of here, as well as having these neat little tabs. These are going to use screws that's actually going to make sure these are even more secure to your Cybertruck. I noticed even the finish has been improved upon. It has a slight textured finish to them. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera. Great improvement to that. And since these Gen 2s are sealed off, they've got these little drainage holes on the bottom. Very smart. And to finish it off, the Generation 2s are just a little bit shorter in the rear so that you don't crush them. Some people were complaining they're a little too long when you're backing up to a curb, so they've even shortened them. So love how they took the feedback from the community, made these even better. All of them are labeled so you don't mix up which one goes where. So this is a very simple installation. Everything you need is included. They even give you this little prying tool. You've got the Allen wrench, push pins, and I think they're T25 screws, T20 screws. But yeah, everything's included. I'm gonna wear some gloves because it's a little dirty, but let me show you how easy these are to install. And then yeah, let's get going. Alrighty, it's the next day. I wasn't too satisfied with how dark it was getting in the shot. So we're gonna try some first person view. But yeah, I'm gonna switch over to this rear passenger side. We've got 4 little pins and a metal clip. But one thing I found on the left side last night was this metal clip. It needs to go in like this. So the flat side's on the interior, and it needs to wrap around this little plastic part. It needs to get behind there and then pinch your mud flap as well. But the way these were given to us is a little too tight. I was struggling and struggling until I realized it was just way too tight. And the solution is to get some little needle nose pliers, and then we're going to widen this by just turning them and turning them. We want to kind of work our way to make this a little bit wider. You can tell the difference. And then if that didn't work, I'll repeat, but you don't want to just, widen this thing completely. You need it to be still tight and on there. So let's see if that helped out. Again, the tricky part is getting behind that plastic bit. You'll know it if it didn't work. Oh, there we go. Try not to block the shot. There we go. Perfect. I wish it was up a little bit more, but that is actually fine. If you can't tell, that thing is snug as a bug already, just from that one clip. Now I can get my 4 little pins. Trying not to touch this really cool looking spider web that's in my wheel well, if you can see that. But put the pins in. Again, lightly at first. Make sure everything aligns. Once they do, start pushing them in with your finger. There we go. Lastly, I unscrewed the T25 from the bottom. So those little loops of the mud flap screw in. They gave you an Allen wrench, but this is a little bit faster to use. And a little Hoto screwdriver. Cool. Nice and tight. Oop. This thing's solid, basically. It ain't going anywhere. A little bit overlap on their rear bumper protector. This is also from BestEVMod. Would highly suggest that one as well. The Tesla's it was just too soft. I'm really glad I got these protectors. It looks great. These are I think the matte ones. I'll leave a link in the description for these as well. But it looks like these are a bit more compatible than my previous mud flaps, which were like totally on top of this thing and pushing off of the wheel well because they were just not compatible very much with it. But cool. That's what the rear mud flap looks like. Pretty good look. Very cybery, very demure. All right, now I'll move on to the front passenger side. Front sides are a little bit different. They've got these two little screw holes. I'll show you that in a second. But otherwise, it's basically the same. There's only 3 slots for the pins. So we're gonna, ooh, look how beautifully, you can tell this has a swoop to it. That's not a defect. They made these things perfectly to fit the contours of the Cybertruck. The few contours that it does have. But you can see here that lines up just perfectly. There's a curve right here. It's kind of hard to see in the dirt. But it lines up perfect with that wheel well. Fantastic job fitting these. And then we'll start with our clip. I've already widened it just a little bit. And get behind that trim. I'm going to start a little bit up because I've noticed they drift down. Perfect. Oh, first try. All right, clip is in. Now I need to show you the rear bottom view. So let me switch over to that. All right, we're looking at the underside of the mud flap. Before I got down here, I actually got these screws provided. There are 2 little holes already in your Cybertruck. Don't know what those are for, but they already exist. I just basically threaded it through just to make sure it's wide enough for what we're about to do here. Because BestEV is gonna take advantage of these 2 existing holes, and we're gonna screw these mud flaps right into those holes. A little hard to do. You might want a flashlight, but partially why I'm redoing this. It was very dark last night. And I could not see what I was doing during sundown. So push these up till you line them up with the hole. Hope I'm not blocking the shot. I don't think I am. Get them nice and tight. Not too tight. You don't want to strip the hole that's in there and make it a tube. Wow, yeah, those. I bet I could get away with just the clip and these 2 screws. It's so nice and taut. All right, we're just gonna put the push pins in and that'll finish off the install. All right, get your pins, just like before. Loosely put them in, line them up, make sure everything is going to work before we push them in and dedicate. Ooh, they say you don't use tools. My fingers hurt. And one more. Some of these are just a little more stubborn than the others. Don't know if I can reach that one. right. I believe that's in. All right, that's the finished look for the fronts. Obviously just mirror what I did onto the other side. But yeah, here's what the fronts look like from behind. Really like the angles they have in here. And again, super glad they just made this interior edge flush. No more mud and debris gonna get in there. Really glad they took that feedback to heart and improved and made a change, made it even better. Alrighty, that's mud flap front. And again, mud flap in the rear. Pretty simple, but would highly suggest getting a set of these if you're going to do any off-roading though. Make sure you take these off, as Tesla advises to take off theirs, just in case you don't want to snap them off, cause any damage. But otherwise, feel free to wear these year-round, mud, rain, snow. It's going to help out. All right, thanks again to BestEVMod for sponsoring this video, and links are always in the description below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.